Hey man, what it is, this is Deem and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go the Cash App, $Deem by any means. There go the PayPal, at Deem by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let's get into it. I hope everybody good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So Tank ain't got nowhere to go? Yeah, I've been hearing this narrative, because they not sure who he fighting. The fight date got pushed back, blase, blah. There's a lot of rumors going around that people know he fighting Ryu Venezuela. And, I'm pretty sure if you watching this video, you know about all that, and I'm not about to bore you with those things. But the narrative that Gervonta Davis ain't got nowhere to go is completely wrong. And actually, it's in reverse. You Earthmen don't got nowhere to go. See, Gervonta Davis, you know how y'all was all good with Shakur fighting Joe Cordina and Devin fighting Liam Barrow and people like that. See, Gervonta could fight somebody that's not a big name and is still going to be better than the guys y'all still compare him to. It's going to get more hype. It's going to get talked about more. No, it's not him that don't got nowhere to go. It's y'all. My man Shakur Stevenson is hurt. He literally ain't got nowhere to go. And then they saying he going to Williams Zepeda right after that. You got devinhaney. Who knows what he's going to do? He was at the top of the mountain and from being at the top of the mountain to not irrelevant, but like Ryan just muddied his whole image up. Ryan muddied his whole image up, and we don't look at Devinhaney the same. He's not talked about the same way in the YouTube streets. He's not talked about as much in the YouTube streets as he just was 6 months ago. Lomachenko got a whole duck tag on him walking around where where it's to the point Lomachenko better not get seen in public. I think people are going to be saying, profanity and certain things to Lomachenko. So Lomachenko just made sure that he didn't become a bigger star than he was. He just put a cap on his own self by doing that. Who he gonna fight? See, when y'all say Gervonta ain't got nowhere to go, that question goes to the fighters that y'all talking about. That's not so. These fighters don't want to fight him. Where do they have to go? Loma said he's not fighting Barinchek. Shakur's supposed to be fighting Williams Zepeda. Who Loma gonna fight then? Who Devin gonna fight? And if he do fight Liam Paro, that's a great fight. I like that fight. But it's not going to be a big fight. It's not going to get talked about more than whoever Gervonta Davis fight. Gervonta Davis could fight a trash man, and that's going to get talked about more than devinhaney and Liam Paro. Teofimo just got finished fighting Steve Claggett. None of y'all cared. We watched it. We just didn't care. Actually, it hurt Teo more because we didn't expect him to be getting touched up like that against the 13th ranked guy at 140. Where do y'all have to go? This notion that now the cash cow got to bow down, and where does that happen at? Where does the guy who have options got the bum chick ever putting him in position that he got to mess with her? Where does that happen at? Y'all understand, Earthmen, that networks and promotional companies want to make money? The fact that Gervonta Davis is the biggest name in boxing, him and Canelo, just off of that fact alone, he always got somewhere to go. Floyd Mayweather been fighting exhibitions. Yo, you can't make this. Floyd Mayweather's got places to go, but Gervonta Davis. Floyd Mayweather's been retired for like 7-8 years now. He got places to go. Jake Paul got places to go. But Gervonta Davis don't. I really would just like for y'all to just come out here and admit you just don't like Gervonta Davis, so I don't have to listen to nothing you say. Just say I don't like Tank, and then we can then I know. I don't have, like, whatever you say, I won't care what you say in the comments, to be honest. Once I know that fact, it is what it is at that point. Gervonta Davis has plenty of places he could go. Worst case scenario, he could just fight Pitbull again. I'm pretty sure Pitbull didn't take a lot of punishment. I'm pretty sure Pitbull Cruz will take that fight. Let's say worst case scenario, he could fight Pitbull again. Worst case. Him fighting Pitbull is still a better fight than all of those other guys who y'all compare him to, who they're going to fight. Ain't that crazy that y'all said Gervonta Davis ain't got nowhere to go? But Gervonta Davis' worst case scenario is just Pitbull Cruz, who's a popular fighter. That the last couple months, right before he lost to Rayo, you start hearing it more. Gervonta Davis was scared to fight him again. Pitbull ain't scared to fight him, Dean. Why you don't want? He almost beat him. Like, I didn't heard it all. And I'm so glad that I have heard every single one of y'all arguments, because now I know you Earthmen have nowhere to go. Shakur Stevenson fans, I'm a Shakur Stevenson fans, but the one that's like to argue with me, be quiet. He's not going to be available till next year. Let's say Gervonta Davis sent the contract. It wouldn't matter right now, would it? I guarantee you won't be here and send the contract no more. Y'all ain't even, man, Shakur got to get his hands together before he fight Gervonta. That wouldn't even be smart to come right out and fight Gervonta. I don't even expect that from Shakur Stevenson. Who Lomachenko going to fight? Y'all talk about all these other Earthmen, and then who's Lomachenko got the IBS belt? Who he going to fight? He said he's not fighting Barinchek, so who he going to fight? Shakur Stevenson hurt, so who he going to fight? Gervonta Davis could offer anybody a big enough bag, and they will sign that contract. A lot of these other fighters that's not talked about as much in the public, because the fighters that's in the public, they won't do it from the ramifications of when they do accept the fight. It's going to get talked about on YouTube all crazy. But Subriel Matias and Playu and Gary Antoine Russells and the Abdullah Masons and Kid Austins, Williams Zapatas, Della Santos. I'm just naming fighters of that ilk. Like, they're talked about, but they're not talked about. They're not headlines in the YouTube streets. They can fight any of them. They're going to take the ones that are available, not injured or whatever is going on. There's Raymond Maritalas, Tevin Farmer, those type of guys. They'll accept a fight with Gervonta Davis, because I know all of those fighters feel like they're not in the spotlight. You see Liam Paro popping this stuff. You ain't heard from Liam Paro prior to this. So it's just stuff that I know. The fact that y'all sitting up there saying Gervonta Davis ain't got nowhere to go. No, the other guys y'all compare him to actually don't got nowhere to go, because Devin dropped his belt, Shakur Stevenson hurt, and Lomachenko lied and said he wanted to be with his family. Teofimolopez was just in there and looked like a bumblebee against Steve Claggett. Subriel Matias lost to Paro. Gary Antoine Russell lost to Playu. Frank Martin, the other guy that y'all wanted to see him fight, you know what happened with that. Kid Austin, Shakur, no. Y'all, that's the fight I want. With all of this stuff going on with the rest of the Earthmen, the fight that I want is Kid Austin. That selfishly, that's what I want. For a multitude of reasons. Y'all know the reasons. For a multitude of reasons. I can tell you one fight that'll be talked about a lot in the YouTube streets. The one person that he could fight besides Loma, Tio, maybe. But besides those two, if he announced the fight with Kid Austin, the YouTube streets would be on fire, though. They would be on fire, though. Because Counterfeit, I would love to see how Counterfeit act if it was actually on. Oh man. I would love to see Gervonta Davis knock out Kid Austin. Like that would literally make me happy. Like I would be happy. Like seriously. And shout out to Kid Austin because I think Kid Austin a good fighter and all that. I think he got a great future. It's just his daddy and then stuff that he was saying. And it's just like, it just intrigues me. That's all. But y'all already know what this is, though, right? Beam by any means. And I holla at y'all.